My name is Luening, Horst Luening. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have the best videos from February 2021. So we apologize, but we had a lot to do, and today it's end of March, so we're quite late, but better late than never. And so we've selected 5 of the videos from February to being the best we had in that time.
So I start with the Store Club Straight Rye Whiskey. Single malt whiskey, or is it single malt or is it, straight rye whiskey, 100% German rye. Yeah, it's a German malt whiskey, or German whiskey, and it's made from 100% rye, so it's a rye whiskey, and it's really well made. German rye is actually very well known over the planet. There's a lot being exported to Kentucky for the production of rye whiskey, and also a lot of bourbon whiskey, where you have a small content in the mash bill that is rye. And because it's such a high quality and such a good flavor, that a lot of distilleries want to use it for their whiskey. So it gets an award. A German whiskey as an award, and very seldomly seen.
It might be a malt whiskey as well, because there is malted rye outside.
Yes,
there.
it might be, but they don't say.
Yeah. So next one is the Tamdhu from Clondalkin, and that's an independent bottler. And the Tamdhu is vintage 2014, bottle 2000, so it's 6 years old. And the Tamdhu is, well, very rounded, very balanced, no edges, no corners, just single malt whiskey as it should be. So wonderfully made, 46% ABV, uncolored, unchill filtered, so very straight, very good. Just a wonderful piece of work. Don't expect it to be very, very old and very, very ripe. No, it's a just right matured whiskey on the top of its maturation.
Speaking about top of the maturation, the oldest Ardbeg in the line so far as a standard bottling is now the Ardbeg 25, and it's a really good one. It tastes really great, but not available anymore. You can buy on the second-hand market, and they take quite a lot, these resellers and arbitrage hunters. And so it was sold for around 1,000, maybe a little bit more even, and it comes out now, I think, currently at 1,600. Maybe it will rise even further.
Yeah, so very interesting is that these casks had been filled by the proprietor which owned the distillery before the actual proprietor did buy it. So these casks are from the time before the actual team is running the distillery, and hopefully the next year we will see another batch with a rising amount, and so on, until we see an ever steady supply of 25-year-old. And this year the new still house of Ardbeg was finished, and there are 4 new stills in that still house. And I don't know what they're doing with the old still house, if they remove the stills and put new mash tun in, because the amount of mash should be higher than today. And there will be more supply in the future, but there is a gap. There's really a gap of 25 years until the 25-year-old will be there in enough quantities. So this is a rare piece, and if you have the chances to get your fingers on such a bottle, I think the first 25-year-old might get some collector's value.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it tastes good.
Yeah. So some people will enjoy it like we do.
And therefore there will be less bottles to collect. So next is the Tamdhu Vintage red wine finish, and this one is a very drinkable, friendly balanced, fruity, single malt from the valley of the Livet, and it's only 40% ABV, so it's directed to the entry market. It's not expensive. I think somewhere in the mid-30s, and it tastes really, really good for that price, and very recommended.
Mm. The last one was a whiskey that I had, and it is the Teeling Blackpitts. The Teeling Blackpitts is the first smoky Teeling whiskey. And it was matured in bourbon and Sauterne casks, so wine casks.
White sweet wine.
White sweet wine. It doesn't have a big effect on the whiskey, so it's not hard influence of the wine, but the emphasis is on the Irish, so mild, triple distilled, mellow, also smoky. So it's I like the combination a lot. That's why I gave it an award. And here goes my shout out to Teeling. Keep on doing that. It's not something that you have high tradition or highly specialized in, but it was really good. So there is a lot to be discovered within the smoky peaty whiskey for Teeling, and hopefully we will see more of these bottlings.
Yeah, I think Teeling is quite experienced in smoky whiskey because they run the old distillery in the northern part of the Republic of Ireland. They sold it, and there they had a smoky whiskey.
So maybe they do already have the experience. So anyway, it's a great whiskey, and I'd like to see more of it. Okay, that was it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for waiting for this video a bit longer. And yeah, see you next time.